Nice picture on there. With the Falcons. Okay. Thank you.
They usually leave stuff on the table when they don't.
It's cool. I mean, we like to get it out of the way, but if he would have got it in 5 minutes earlier, then I would have caught it at noon.
How do you like Edwin's mustache? Lillian didn't even notice he had one.
Get out of my face.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'd like to call the workshop to order on June 15th of 2021 at 5 p.m. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Departmental.
Here.
Councilmember Stoy.
Here.
Councilmember Nick.
Here.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll skip over certification prior meetings, privilege of the floor. Communications, the mayor is not here. We'll go to communications of public and petitions.
Number 1, prior written notice from Ronald Zepkowski of 317 Hoyt in regards to a hazardous tree in front of his residence.
Any discussion, council? Make a motion to refer this to the Department of Public Works Director,
Nichols.
I'll second.
Nichols and Williams.
Number 2, request from Jonas Talley to use a bounce house at Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot on June 26, 2021 for her daughter's 4th birthday party.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer this to Parks Department, City Attorney, and also City Clerk.
So move.
By
Nichols.
Williams and Nichols.
Number 3, request from the Dunkirk City School District to have 2 Dunkirk police officers present at the Dunkirk High School Senior Prom on Friday, June 18, 2021 from 6:45 p.m. until 1:15 p.m. Also requesting breathalyzer tests to be provided by the department.
Any discussion, council?
That's supposed to be AM, just a typo?
We think so, unless they're going backwards.
Yeah, the time frame.
Okay. Actually, it's 11:15.
Eh,
So what are we doing here? What are you guys talking about?
Just
The
the,
time
on the,
frame.
on the agenda, it's correct, it's correct on the letter.
The next one over, it's till 1:15 p.m.
It's actually 11:15 p.m.
It is 11:15.
Yeah, 6:45 p.m. to 11:15 p.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say it ain't going to 1:15 in the morning. You know, that'd be some kind of prom, huh? Chief, are you good with us?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We do it every year.
Okay, thank you. Motion to refer this to Police Chief Ortolano.
So move.
By Williams.
Second.
By Bomano.
Number 4, request from Lindsay Boyle on behalf of the Chautauqua Lake Central School requesting to have Kev's Kitchen food truck provide food to guests at the Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot Park on Monday, June 28, 2021 for Chautauqua Lake Central School Teachers Association Annual Retirement Party.
Any discussion, council?
They don't have to get a vendor's permit because it's a private event?
Correct.
Need a motion to
So
refer this
moved.
to Parks Department, City Attorney, and also City Clerk. By Williams,
Nichols.
second by Nichols.
Number 5, request from the Dunkirk Fredonia Rotary Club to donate and install a Little Free Lending Library at Memorial Park, Wright Park, Washington Park, whichever location the city decides is best.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, Paul. I did talk with Linda Blodgett. She's a secretary for them, and I suggested should be Washington Park. on that, and that in their letter, they said they would do the construction of putting it in the ground. And I talked to Mr. Woodbury, and he would prefer that our city people would do the, on that free library thing, that library, lending library, Randy, when I talked to you about our city guys putting it at the location,
No, I'm just gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
I like to have the recommendation of the
okay.
Director of Development also. Jill, do you have any say where you think that would be appropriate?
I would love to see that in Washington Park.
Okay.
I think that would be a great location. I would support that.
Okay. I just want to include you on it also, so.
When I talked to Linda, I told her Memorial Park would be just like for veterans and all that there, and that with all the activities that there are at Wright Park and going to be in Wright Park, that it would probably too busy for it to be of use of what is to be intended for.
I agree. I think Washington Park right there in the neighborhood would be really nice.
Okay. Sounds good.
So moved.
Okay, so we'll make that motion to refer that to Department of Public Works and also Director of Development, Joe Mo, for Washington Park by Nichols,
Second.
by Williams.
Number 6, request from Small Town Big Minds to host a community basketball tournament at the Wright Park Courts on June 26, 2021 from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. Also requesting garbage cans and lights if the tournament goes into the evening.
Any discussion, council? I want to refer this to the Recreation Department, Department of Public Works, City Attorney, and Parks Department.
So move.
By Williams,
Second.
by Bomano.
Number 7, loudspeaker application from Barb Hauk on behalf of Christ Gospel Church to use speakers for Sunday worship service on August 22nd, 2021 from 10:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. at the Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot.
Any discussion, council? Be my usual. Do you guys want to put all these together? Richard,
Yeah.
can we put all these together? All the loudspeaker ones? Okay. If you just want to read, if you want to go through them.
You just want me to read them now then?
Yeah, we can just read them now. We can just,
And we'll
okay,
vote on the
all of
last
them.
one?
Sure.
Number 8, loudspeaker application from Edward Devine on behalf of the Dunkirk Democratic Committee to use microphone and speakers for their annual picnic on August 4th, 2021 from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. at the Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot Park. And number 9, loudspeaker application from Amanda DeGolier of 99 Elm Street to use a standard PA and amps for a private band on July 23rd, 2021 from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. utilizing space from the neighborhood yards from 99 to 107 Ounce Street. Number 10, loudspeaker application from Jane Babinski on behalf of the Historical Society of Dunkirk to use sound system and microphones at the gazebo on Washington Park for speeches and movie on August 28, 2021 from 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. for the 75th annual celebration of the Dunkirk to Dunkirk. Number 11, loudspeaker application from Henry Hooten Sr. of 212 Webster Street to have a live band for a birthday party on July 3rd, 2021 from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. Number 12, loudspeaker application from Chris Rodriguez on behalf of Small Town Big Minds to use DJ equipment at Wright Park basketball courts on June 26, 2021 from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. Number 13, loudspeaker application from Chris Dobeck of 31 North Zebra Street to use band equipment and speakers for a live band outside their residence on July 3rd, 2021 from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. Number 14, loudspeaker application from James Corbin of 216 South Roberts Road to use PA systems for live bands on July 3rd, 2021 from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m.
Any discussion, council?
It's just nice that they're contacting the neighbors
Right.
for the neighbor approval on it.
That's what I was just going to ask, Councilman.
Right.
We did get neighborhood approval on all of these, which.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
There shouldn't be any problems for anyone.
Okay, so you're good with that?
Yep.
Everybody's good?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Anybody else? Okay, thanks. Moving to reports to standing committees, boards, and commissions. Don?
Nothing for here.
Marty?
Glenn, just one question. There's a house on the 200 block of Swan. It's on the odd side. It's just got growth all over the place. Could you please look into that? That's all I have for here.
Thank you. Judge?
Nothing for here.
Hans?
Nothing here.
I have nothing. Yeah.
Scratch that one out.
Okay.
I have a walk-on from Dunkirk High School. Dear Chief Ortolano, the students of Dunkirk Senior High School will be having their senior prom dance on Friday, June 18th. I believe this got onto the agenda. Does it go on the agenda, Ray?
We already did that. No, you want graduation.
Yeah, it's a graduation one.
Okay, the student high school will be having their senior prom dance on Friday, June 18, 2021. The dance will be from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. We're requesting 2 police officers to be present at our dance from 6:45 p.m. until 11:15 p.m. The officers will be paid per contract. Also, we'll be doing breathalyzer tests for each student attending, which will be provided by your department.
That's the one we did already.
Yeah.
So this is the one right here.
We're looking for graduation.
Graduation one was the new one, I believe.
I missed that. Dear Chief Ortolano, Dunkirk Senior High School will be holding its 2021 graduation commencement on Saturday, June 26, 2021. The ceremony will be tentatively from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. We are requesting your assistance by providing 2 officers to monitor the event from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. As always, thank you for your ongoing support. We have any questions, call us. Jamie Burke.
You all set with that, Chief?
Yep,
Okay.
already given to the PBA, so we got a head start on it.
So you want to do that on, you want to add 15 or you want to do?
Do that right after the loudspeaker?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, going to pre-filed resolutions.
That's all I have.
Oh, pre-filed?
Number 41, resolution accepting change order with contractor and engineer for Willowbrook Storage Tank Transmission Mains.
Any discussion, council? 42.
Number 42, resolution authorizing budget line modifications for fiscal year 2020.
Any discussion? 43.
43, resolution authorizing budget line modifications for fiscal year 2021.
Any discussion, council? All right. New business, seeing none. Motion to adjourn
So move.
Nichols?
by Williams, second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vanderboer?
Aye, carried. Meeting's adjourned. Workshop.
44?
Now we gotta wait till we
Oh,
start.
you forgot number 44, Paul, the walk-in.
Okay, which one do we got?
44, the water line from Washington and Lafayette.
Under new business. Ted, when you want to do the 44 one, do you have that one? Number 40. This one right? That's a walk on.
Okay, so, we just go into this or put it in?
Yeah, you can just read it right now.
Okay, resolution 44-2021 by council members Nichols, Stoyles, and Beaumont, authorizing agreements for unique source directional drilling services for lead service line grant water line project. Read the whole thing?
No. Randy, do you have anything to comment on this at all, so we don't have to get into it during the regular meeting?
I ran this by all the council people ahead of time. They don't like to do walk-ons, but our crew on Lafayette is going really well. And if we waited another meeting or longer, it'd slow them down. And we have asked other organizations, other companies if they could do this type of work, and they said they wouldn't be interested in it. It happens to be a local company who specializes in doing service lines. They work for the city sometimes, and they do an awful lot of work for another utility that's a partner of ours for services in the city of Dunkirk. and they would do a good job, and the price is reasonable. It's less than what it's cost us in the past because there's a little bit more work to do, so we get economy of scale. So if you got any questions for now, or we could ask them at the regular meeting.
Can we do the directional bore with the city? Do they have the equipment to do that or not?
Not like this. We
Okay.
can't tell where it is. We have something called a bullet.
Yeah.
We kind of point it in that direction and hope it comes out the right direction. With the good equipment, if we know
Lot of it.
exactly where it is to the
Yeah, we use them all the time, yeah, I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
Randy, is this gonna hold up anything? I mean, we're already overdue on the lake wall. Is this gonna hold up with St. George and his crew? Does he have enough crew to do that and still continue to work on the lake wall?
Totally different aspect of the
Okay.
company.
Yeah, he's got two different divisions.
Right.
Right.
Nephew Paul St. George runs this division. But Steve is he wants to open up the road this week. He's finished up the main contract. There's a little bit of work to do to the west where the additional damage was to the old wall that hadn't been replaced, so we're gonna do that too. But it won't hold us up. He's got all the railings, gonna bolt those down, and that road should be opened up this week.
Does he have a time frame on when this will be done?
The water lines?
Yeah.
We're gonna work all summer on Lafayette. There's gonna be 3 new fire hydrants with Class A or AA service on those. Right now, there's no usable hydrant on Lafayette. And when a hydrant is accidentally opened on Lafayette, it causes turbidity in the entire third ward, second and third ward. So it's gonna be a big improvement to a more than 100-year-old water line, and all those houses are old enough that those services are lead. We're lucky in Dunkirk that our water quality is so consistent. We don't have an issue with the water being corrosive on the lead line. So this is not like the city in Michigan that had that problem. But we do like to remove these when we can. And the mayor secured a pilot project, a $500,000 grant to start these replacements. The city of Dunkirk was picked as one of 30 municipalities out of like 1,300 in the state of New York. So we're going to do Lafayette as one of the first ones. Our guys are going to do that. And then the 700 block of Washington Avenue is similar. It's got an old 4-inch line that's way more than 100 years old in the middle that's decayed. There's a newer line on the east side of Washington that we're going to tap into and abandon the old 4-inch in the middle that breaks about every half hour. That's all I got. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
Paul, I just wanted to ask, Randy, don't walk away yet. Is that piece of equipment that St. George has, is that something that the city, if it was in our scope of purchasing one, would be something that the city could use further on down the road with other lines in the city? Because I'm sure there are a great many lines that are that antiquated.
Yeah, it takes expertise to run this particular machine. You kind of got to do it every single day. So if we had, it's very expensive, and the company, the division of this company that runs that the person runs it every single day.
Okay.
It's standing right here. I would recommend it's more cost effective and better workmanship to hire out that type of thing. But it's something we could look at down the line.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we added that, so motion to adjourn.
So move.
Williams.
Nichols.
Nichols. Workshop's adjourned. Like I said, I want to go into, Mayor, if you could, I want to go into executive session real quick before when we're going to start the meeting, then we're just going to go into executive session for personnel. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Common Council to order on June 15th at 5:30 PM. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Here.
Councilmember Nichols?
Here.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Here, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion to go into executive session for personnel matters
So move.
by Williams,
Second.
by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Marty, you want to take the minutes, Marty?
Sure.
No, just you. Need a motion to come out of executive session
So moved.
by Williams.
Nichols.
Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuver.
Aye, carried. Certification of prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, June 1st, 2021 was presented to the mayor Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have here to set my hand and the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this 15th day of June, 2021.
Need a motion dispensing the reading of the minutes
So moved.
by Williams,
Nichols.
by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuver.
Aye, carried. Privilege of the floor.
I have one letter for privilege of the floor, sir. Excuse me. The Dunkirk Citizens Advisory Committee, CAC, recently discussed the following matter and would like to present our ideas to the Common Council and the City of Dunkirk. Parking on the grass at Point Gratiot has occurred a large amount of time, occupied a large amount of time in the council over the last 2 years. We are concerned that the city has determined that there is only one possible solution to this problem and has not considered alternatives. There is a large sign at the entrance of the Point Gratiot with over 300 words describing park rules. With that many words, it almost seems that the city is trying to get someone based on fine print. Not all of these rules apply to the point. Does a visitor to the point really need to know what time other parks close? Signs need to be kept as simple as possible. The sign is geared towards motorists as such. Pedestrians and cyclists may not necessarily see the rules about dogs, camping, and alcohol. Note that pedestrians and bicyclists are not required to enter the point at the same place that the vehicles are required to enter. They can traverse the park, entering at the location that vehicles exit. We make the following recommendations. Make any signs as short and to the point as possible. The longer the sequence is, the less likely it is to be remembered. If the goal is to correct any action, only allowing correct behavior is better than punishing someone after the fact. This in mind, we suggest that the city take inspiration from the past. The road through the park was lined with white painted boulders to keep people on the roadway. Road ties could be used in a similar way. Members of the Common Council have suggested converting dead trees into sculptures which could line the roadways. Raised flower beds could line the roadways, perhaps with the white flowers on the right and yellow flowers on the left. It is a subtle way of cueing the driver to the proper direction of travel. Mixing and matching the above suggestions could keep things from being tedious and would make the area look more pleasant. We need to be aware that not all people who use the point are familiar with the area. If we took a trip through the point through the eyes of someone who has never been there before, it could help to inform us as to what happens. Upon turning onto Point Drive West, the first sign we see is a speed limit sign indicating that the city speed limit is 30 miles per hour. Next, we are presented with a sign with over 300 words in fine print telling us about the rules and regulations that apply. The driver is to read this at the same time they are slowing to make a turn and preparing to resume the 30 mile per hour speed. The driver has not yet made aware of the reduced speed limit through the park. At the same they are to read the sign, they need to be aware of bicyclists and pedestrians. Note, there is no sidewalk for pedestrians to use in this area, so they will need to be on the road. Some of these pedestrians will have dogs, others will have strollers, and some may have both. They will be paying attention to their charges, and so the driver must be alert to them at the same time they are reading the sign. Also, if there is traffic behind them, it is reasonable for the driver to stop. Is it reasonable for the driver to stop and tie up traffic in the area? Would the city want to field complaints from angry people about drivers stopping to read the sign? The driver should be given information in small, easy to digest packages rather than as a code dump that they are unlikely to remember. Would you keep reading a sign that is telling you about the rules at a different park? Prime the driver for what is coming. Let them know that there's a different speed around the park in time for it to have meaning to them. Treat visitors the way you would want to be treated if you were visiting their city, with respect. A sign with fine print sets a tone that suggests the visitor is tolerated rather than welcome. We are hopeful that the Common Council will consider making the Point and other parks in the city more welcoming to people who wish to use them, rather than signing something unintended. As a reminder, our meetings are open to the public. We would ask that members of the Common Council attend our meetings. They are held at second Wednesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. in City Hall. The next meeting is scheduled for July 14th. Thank you. Dunkirk CAC, and all the members are listed.
Here, you want some of this? Here, you want to take a break?
Thanks for reading that, Edwin, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Nothing else?
That's it, sir. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
thank you. Communications of the mayor.
Mr. Chairman, I just have some announcements to make. But I would like to start by respectfully requesting a moment of silence for former First Lady Patricia Fry, who passed on this week. Thank you. I would like to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day this Sunday. I would also like to remind everyone that early voting is going on now at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds here in the city of Dunkirk. I'd like to remind everyone to come out and vote. Also like to provide an update on the lake wall. The contractor has been in communication with our DPW director consistently. I've been informed that they're very close to completely finishing the project. They're looking at opening up the road completely by the end of this week. As you know, the governor has lifted the restrictions across the state. So that's good news. We are looking at starting up our Music on the Pier concert series. Probably not this Thursday, but we're hoping we can start next Thursday. All the department heads will be informed, council will be advised, and we will be putting out a press release on that. Also, the 4th of July is going to go on, hopefully as scheduled. The vendor is in communication with our DPW director and is a go, so we should have some live entertainment that day at Memorial Park. All the new business activity in the city was recently featured on WKBW Channel 7. They were in town last Wednesday and interviewed several new businesses along with our Director of Planning and Development. It was a very nice piece and great publicity for the city, and I would like for our Planning and Development Director to just speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, so we got a really pleasant surprise last Wednesday. We were contacted by Channel 7. Their morning show was doing, they had heard about all the things that are going on, all the good stuff that's happening in Dunkirk, and they wanted to come down and do a story. So they did. They came here and interviewed several of our local businesses. I spoke with them. It was a really very nice piece, and it was, they were really enthusiastic and excited to be here. If you haven't seen it, they showed some footage, some like pre-footage, and then like now all nice, new, beautiful, shiny footage and all the new businesses that are going on. So I thought it was a really nice piece. So if you haven't seen it, you can go to the Channel 7 website. They do have the video and the transcript.
Awesome.
Encourage everybody to
Yep.
check it out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The Central Connection Slow Roll Bicycle Ride will be happening this Saturday morning. The ride starts at 10 a.m. on Day Street in Fredonia and finishing up at the pier around lunchtime. This event is a collaboration between the City of Dunkirk, the Village of Fredonia, and SUNY Fredonia, and is designed to promote wellness, collaboration, and economic development. All ages and abilities are invited to participate. This again is part of the Central Connection project, and we're trying to work with the university president and the mayor in the Village of Fredonia to ensure that we get participation on our waterfront from the students when they come into the university, and also having people coming from Barker Commons over to the pier as well. So this benefits both the village and the city as well as the university. And I'd like to bring Joe back up to expand on that a little more.
Yep, so that's going to be happening this Saturday. It starts at 10 o'clock, as the mayor had mentioned. I was also at another planning committee this morning, and at the last meeting, we had mentioned they wanted to make this a regular event. So they're looking, and they'll submit a letter to the first meeting in July. But they'd like to schedule the next one August 21st, which will be the first weekend that the students are back. And that'll be really neat too, because that'll route will start on campus so the students can participate, come down Central, kind of cut through, and then the plan is to go to the point and have them ride around the point, make the loop, and then come back up Central. So I think that'll be really neat, because then we can show off the point and the beaches to all the students. We'll have the new kayak and jet ski rental place open by then, so I think that's going to be really fun. So this seems like it's going to be a really nice collaboration with the university and the village. So I think it's a really good thing. I support it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Just the last announcement, just want to let everyone know that now with the announcement of the lifting of the restrictions, all of the city workers will be moving back to regular schedules, and we're going to be moving everything back to what we normally would be doing. So if there's any issues, concerns, or questions, please call me, okay? We do have some workers that have to make arrangements for the kids and things like that, so we're going to be lenient, but probably starting Monday, we're going to go back to normal working hours.
Okay.
Thanks,
Mayor. All right, moving on to communications of public and petitions.
Number 1, prior written notice from Ronald Zitkowski of 317 Hoyt in regards to a hazardous tree in front of his residence.
Any discussion, council? Need a motion to refer this to the Department of Public Works Director, Woodbury. First by Nichols, second by Williams.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Request from Jonice Talley to use a bounce house at the Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot on June 26, 2021 for her daughter's 4th birthday party.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, motion to refer to the Parks Department, City Attorney, and also City Clerk.
So move.
By Williams, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Excuse me. Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 3, request from the Dunkirk City School District to have 2 police officers present at the Dunkirk High School Senior Prom on Friday, June 18, 2021, from 6:45 p.m. till 1:15 a.m. Also requesting breathalyzer test to be provided by the department.
Any discussion, council? Chief, you're good with us?
If you do it every year, no problem.
All right, thank you, Chief. First by Williams, second by Bomano.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 4, request from Lindsay Boyle on behalf of Chautauqua Lake Central School requesting to have Kev's Kitchen Food Truck provide food to guests at the Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot Park on Monday, June 28, 2021 for Chautauqua Lake Central School Teachers Association Annual Retirement Party.
Any discussion, council?
Just what I said in the workshop, that there's no permit, vendor permit needed because it was a special party. Is that correct, Edwin?
That's correct, ma'am.
Thank you.
Need a motion to refer to the Parks Department, City Attorney, and City Clerk.
So move.
By Williams, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 5, request from the Dunkirk Fredonia Rotary Club to donate and install a little free lending library at Memorial Park, Wright Park, or Washington Park, whichever location the city decides is best.
Any discussion, council?
Yes, again, as I said in the workshop, that I did talk with Linda Blodgett, and I did make the suggestion to Washington Park would be the best location, because Memorial Park is more for our veterans, and it's much too busy at Wright Park to, the children aren't going to go to look for books when they have water slides and all the other, the lake, everything, and the future playground. And I've worked with Jill on this, and we both agree Washington Park would be ideal. But I think Jill, you'll work with Randy to find a location and work with a P-TECH crew that is designing the lending library. Thank you.
I need a motion to refer this to Department of Public Works Director and Development Director, Joe Mo, for recommendation and approval. First by Nichols, second by Williams.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 6, request from Small Town Big Minds to host a community basketball tournament at the Wright Park Courts on June 26, 2021, from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. Also requesting garbage cans and lights if the tournament goes into the evening.
Any discussion, council? Marty?
Yeah, Randy, I noticed they're requesting for lights. Don't the lights just turn on at a certain time anyway, this time of the year?
They do, and we'll make sure everything's working.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Motion to refer to Recreation Department, also Department of Public Works, City Attorney, and Parks Department.
So move.
By Williams, second by Bomano.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
We have
6.
8 loudspeaker applications. You want me to read them all and then? Okay.
You can just,
So-
just read one and then I'll do
A
my.
loudspeaker application from Barb Hauk on behalf of Christ Chapel Gospel Church to use speakers for Sunday worship service on August 22nd, 2021 from 10 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. at the Brooks Pavilion at Point Gratiot.
So we're gonna group all these together and it's gonna be, I need a motion to refer to appropriate departments as well as approved, subject to appropriate insurance as usual conditions. But I also wanna mention that in the workshop we did, Chief Ortolano, you said that, I saw that the residents that are having the neighborhood party, they did reach out to their neighbors and get signatures.
Yes, sir, all the ones that were in neighborhoods did come in and provide signatures to the neighbors, so you're good with all of them.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna bunch these 8 together, so I need a motion. By
So-
Williams,
Nichols.
second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Do I have a walk-on, sir?
Yep.
It moves things along.
Okay, the students, dear Chief Ortolano, the students at the high school will be having their senior prom dance on Friday, June 18, 2021. The dance will be from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m.
The graduation.
Yeah, it's this
That's
one.
what we need.
We need the graduation one.
We'll do the same thing. Dear Chief Ortolano, the Dunkirk Senior High School will be holding its 2021 graduation commencement on Saturday, June 26, 2021. The ceremony will tentatively be from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. We are requesting your assistance to provide 2 police officers to monitor the event from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Jamie Burke.
Chief, you good with that?
Good with it.
Awesome, thank you.
Taken care of.
Cool. Any discussion, council? I need a motion
So moved.
by
Second.
Nichols, first by Nichols, second by Williams. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Yeah, so that other one would be down on the pre-filed. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Now we can just, we'll wait till the pre-filed resolution after that one. All right, moving on to our reports of standing committees, boards and commissions, Councilman Williams.
Randy, I wanted to thank you for having St. George move those the barricades so that it opened up Lakefront Boulevard from Serval to Oslot to help out around the beach, the splash pad, and the Beach House Grill. They're very appreciative up there. Also, Randy, you got any update on those lights on Fairview?
You got that, right?
Thank you to the Beach Hut and Councilman for bringing that to my attention for the extra parking. I think that worked out well. The lights on Fairview are going to be LED installations, and the city electrician is working with the LED company to make that a priority. There were some issues trying to change bulbs to make everything work. We're just going to change the whole head and make everything LED on that street.
Do we have an estimated time when those will be up and running?
I hope to get it done this week, and that's what we've been told, and I'll give you a day-to-day update on that.
Okay, thank you. The mayor updated on Lakefront Boulevard. We talked about soccer already. DPW meeting is going to be on Friday, July 9th at 3 p.m. in the mayor's conference room. And lastly, I guess council will be on viewpoints on Wednesday, June 30th. Probably, I'm guessing, with things lifted, maybe more than just one or two can show up.
Sounds good.
That's all I have.
Thanks, Councilman Williams. Councilman Bomano.
Randy? Come on up. Thank you. The 3rd Street, this resident called and sent some pictures in about 3rd Street, West 3rd Street, by the railroad tracks at the bottom there. The grass needs to be picked up. Is that even our responsibility, or is that the railroads? I know they did the berms. Now we're talking where people park their cars at that angle.
And I suppose we could make an argument with the railroad, but rather than do that, because you don't win an argument with CSX, we'll just do it. I'll have one of my divisions take care of that. And then you called my attention to the grass on the creek side of Kirkerbrook Drive.
Yes.
And I think I took a drive through there just recently, and we can knock some of that down. Most people go across the street and maintain that as well, so I think if we help them do that, and then that whole creek will look better all the way from Route 5 all the way to the turnaround there. But
Is that our responsibility?
it probably is not our responsibility, but I think if we could dress it up with our heavy equipment, then people could use their own private lawnmowers to keep that nice and clean, so that'll be the goal.
Okay, and update on Lucas Avenue, West 7th, West 6th?
Yep. Thank you all for sponsoring a resolution to extend that project and bring Class A or Class AA fire protection to an even wider range over there. The project is part of the 2009 consent order. I'd like to tip my hat to the memory of Mayor Fryen's family for starting that project. It increased our water production capability. There's a couple missing pieces, and this is one of them. And in fact, it will wind up with a fire hydrant at the corner of the Fry residence. But for that, so think about him and his family all the time when I'm working over in that area. The project itself is close to completion. When we turn it on, the water pressure in many areas will be better.
Great.
Councilman Vanderhoover told me that the pressure has changed on Central Avenue, and that's because we've lost the connection that went through the Yaltech property. When we turn the new line on, the fire hydrant in front of School 4 should go from a red cap fire hydrant to back to an orange or maybe even a green cap fire hydrant. So it not only will increase the fire protection and water service to people in that whole area where we're replacing the line that went through Lucas Avenue, it also should broaden out and bring regular water pressure back to places that have been suffering from that line.
Okay. One more thing. In my ventures going through the Point, driving and running through there, when you come in on the left, first I want to say the inside of the park looks great. They're doing a good job, and they got pounded with rain again, so they're keeping it up. But when you come in and drive in and on the left towards the beach, where the beach house is going to be and everything else is going on, people love to look out into the lake. They park their cars, look at the sunset, and right now it's like a jungle. Is that something we can get taken care of soon, or do we need to hire some more part-time people? How are we doing on part-time people while I got you up here?
Yeah, I think Roger would like to speak directly to that.
Okay.
He's promised that we'll have all our part-timers. We're going to increase the number of part-timers at parks, and we're going to increase the number of part-timers at streets, and all that's going to be done by April 1st, so he can give you an update on how he's doing it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Roger. Oh, good luck. Part-time people. Are we having problems getting part-time, or do we have it covered? Do we have a lot of applicants? Where are we at? Because we need more part-time people in our DPW, because they're doing a great job, but they have vacations and they have personal time, and we need to backfill with seasonal people. You know, they want to go take their family somewhere. You know, we all get vacations where we work in the summertime. I know I want to be off more than that time of the year than any time of the year. So I don't know, some of the residents don't realize that we got all this stuff going on in the summer, but these guys get vacation too. So we need more people, in my view. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I think we need more people. Are we having problems doing that? Perhaps maybe we could give them a higher wage this year to get people in there, because everybody, including where I work, are having problems getting people. I mean, Council, what do you think about, raising them up to maybe $15 an hour? Mr. Mayor, you might want to chime in.
Yes, we did have this discussion at our Personnel Committee meeting, and what we realized is that, we were offering $12 and $13, and that's not enough to compete. The environment is a lot different. Starting pay is about $15 now, anywhere you go. So I've asked them to up it to $15 an hour.
So we did raise it up to that?
Yes.
Are we advertising that somehow, some way? That wage? Roger?
I think that we are. We've
Okay.
Anytime we put it out there, that's what we do.
Okay. Thank you both.
I don't think
Moving
the
on.
question was answered.
A couple weekends ago, I was at the Matt Hazelton 5K Memorial Run. That was a great run. They were hoping to get 100 participants. They ended up with 150. It was well organized. I've run one of these a lot through the years, and it was just smooth sailing through the whole way through. They had the spotters out there where they should be. The police department was out there flagging, rooting people on. That was nice to see. DPW took care of the mess down at the Main Street Beach there, so we could travel through there. It looked great, so I thank DPW for that. And well-organized run. Reporting on DHS. DHS varsity men's team is currently in first place. Playoffs are going to be starting next week from what I hear. We won't be in session, so we're hoping the best for them. Also, Coach Frank Jagoda reached a milestone of 350 wins. He's just a few wins behind former coach Al Stumiller, so I congratulate Frank on that. The girls varsity team is doing well. They're going to be in the playoffs, and just a reminder, they'll be doing it next week also. This weekend will end their regular season, and there will be no state tournament this year, but there will be sectional playoffs, so we'll have a sectional champion, and hopefully it'll be our boys and girls. Also, the graduation, it's been mentioned before, will be the 26th at Dunkirk High School. I went to there last year. It was pretty cool to see that, and this year I think with COVID being, restrictions being lifted, they'll be able to get the parents actually into the stands and close up. I mean, that's something cool, so everybody can possibly ride by and see that. Juneteenth is this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Hope many of you people can get down there. Hopefully we have some great weather for that. Reporting on recreation softball. Next Tuesday, the 22nd, the co-ed season starts. There'll be 8 teams, and fast pitch this year will have 5, so that's a couple teams more this year. And that'll be starting up. Things are starting late, but at least we're getting started. We took care of some issues with the fields. They'll be using 3 fields this year. I'd like to thank Park Parks supervisor, Jason, for getting the point field ready. That was a mess, and believe me, I've known this for years. That field was a mess, hasn't been touched in 2 years, and they got it up and ready to go. So I thank him and his crew, Billy Kuras and Ryan Hall, for getting that field ready. We're going to need it with all the tournaments coming this year. In the short season, we're going to have to impact us, so we're going to have to use more fields. Also, everybody please get out and vote. You got till next Tuesday, and everyone have a happy Father's Day. The fathers. That's all I have, Councilman.
All right, thank you, Councilman Pomano. Councilman Stoyl.
I'm a little embarrassed to bring this to it, but it's a little humor to the meeting. Chief and Randy, I've had many complaints, fireworks, gunshots, motorcycles, this, noise. Today, it tops the list, seagulls. For your end of it, they wanted me to ask you, maybe if the DEC could figure out something, especially over on 3rd Street, around Matt's. I'm just putting it out there. Randy, whatever,
The dumpster.
whatever you
And you
can
live
come
by a
up
lake.
with. I guess it's horrendous over there.
If you talk to the owner of Save a Lot
The
of them, they have
dumpster.
a lot of issues there around that area. They're protected
Dumpster.
species, so it's really tough to do anything other than,
Well,
we had to do City Hall as well to keep them off of City Hall. There's certain things you can do.
yeah, well, I couldn't believe when well, I've heard a lot, but this is the first time for the seagulls. So I did it. I asked you guys, if you ever come up with a solution, stop in at the newsstand. That's it.
All right, thank you, Councilman Stoyl. Councilwoman Nichols.
Seagulls, what are you gonna do with it?
I don't know who can address this, but are the cameras were they ever installed in the Robin Street tunnel there that we discussed before? Were they, Randy?
Yeah, they're going to be installed or not, I don't think they're going to install
We have a contract with Tabone to redo the sidewalk on Robin Street between the water maintenance building and the tunnels so that we can put a cable underneath the sidewalk and run that. The option would have been to put the control system in the tunnel. We don't want to do that. We want to put that in a building. So that, we're waiting for Mr. Tabone to get that project done, but it is under contract. And I know that Sergeant Manzella is ready to install the equipment along with our city electrician. And I was hoping that maybe to see some action when I drove by today and I didn't see it. So I will be calling Mr. Tabone in the morning to see when that's going to happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't walk away yet. I had talked with you and I talked to Richard about the issue of Mr. Pringle's, first the boat issue at the foot of Main Street. On Sunday there were kids playing over in the area where he's got boat pieces or dock pieces that have been from 3 storms ago that are still there. And there were kids over there. And I'm just afraid for a safety issue that something is going to happen. They should be removed before something tragically happens with the kids over there. They're very sharp. And also, I don't know, Richard or Randy, if he had gotten back to you, if all the water and electric was connected to the docks down there on the harbor, like he had said it would be this week.
I think I'll let the city attorney address that. He's more familiar with the actual contract with that marina operator, and anything that turns out to be DPW's responsibility within that contract will be very aggressive. I talked to all of you about that. We all have some issues. We need to look at the contract to see what the mechanism will be to make that happen. So I'm all with you. Thanks.
Well, I didn't know if he was going to rely on the DPW as far as pulling that, or if he had equipment to pull those broken pieces of dock out of there.
If I got the authority under that contract to do it, I'll do it.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Hi, Councilwoman. I got an email from Mr. Pringle today with an update on that.
Great.
He said Dock C has full power and water at every slip. Dock E was not installed in 2020 and won't be installed in 21, that the 12 customers have been allocated to other docks. He has water at every slip on A, B, and C. They have water on F and West Dock for every customer who paid utilities. They have full power on A and C. They have power on West Dock for those that have paid for utilities. They have conduit power stations and cabling installed for B and F Dock with partial power. They hope to have full power on Niles docks by the end of the week, depending on weather. Every slip in the marina has been installed as of 5/28, and most docks were installed and usable 2 to 3 weeks earlier.
Thank you. So that means that the owners of the bigger vessels would be able to get into the larger space slips.
Correct.
Thanks. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Roger, I missed Roger. Roger. I didn't hear the answer that you gave to Marty's question if all the seasonal were indeed hired. Are all the seasonal hired that are going to be hired, or are we still in need of some?
I think we're still in need, right? We're still in need of some, Mayor, right? That's what you said. We're still in need for some part-timers still.
Yes, we are still in need of some part-timers, and we are actively pursuing that. We are also in need of more lifeguards. We're having difficulty bringing in the amount of lifeguards that we would like to have, so we're dealing with those issues accordingly.
Okay, Mayor,
Okay, thank you.
don't leave yet. Are all our full-time positions hired for that would be all year long? Our permanent employees, are those, because I know we had a couple that had retired. Were those positions filled as well?
We are in the process of filling a position currently. We did interview somebody this week that we would like to bring on board. And I believe that there's one more position open that we are advertising for.
Okay, and one more for you, Mayor. Is City Hall open on Friday? I saw the sign in the window that the court was not because of the Juneteenth.
City Hall is open as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I'll have to look into that a little further.
Okay. And I just have one more thing. Thanks, Roger. I just have one more announcement to make, that the City of Dunkirk Summer Camp registration will begin for Dunkirk residents starting June 21st to the 25th at the Firemen's Training Grounds on Brigham Road from 1 to 4. June 28th through July 1st for both non-city and city residents. Any questions, you can call 366-9885, the Youth and Rec Department. No answer, please leave a message. Ryan Hall has worked very hard and done an outstanding job putting this program, this camp together in such short notice. It will be a 5-week campsite, and I think Patty, I talked to Patty, she was wondering, and the mayor might ask too, if they could have, not everybody knows where the firemen's training grounds are, believe it or not. A sign, that sign that they had out there, that, like the speed zone sign that would say camp registration. I know it's on the LED sign down at the harbor.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, I'll get with Jason Trott from the city clerk. We'll have him put the sign trailer up. Make sure you give me the proper dates and times.
I got him. Okay, and the only other thing I have is, I don't know how we can do it, but we have to stop, according to the recycling schedule that went out from the DPW department, people are still constantly putting their cuttings out at the road, their shrubbery, and we're not having another pickup until July, and then after July, I believe it's September. They put them out right after it's picked up in their neighborhood, in their ward. I don't know how we can address that issue. I don't know if Glenn has an answer or Randy has an answer to that.
We're taking a solid look at our solid waste management, and we are going to change some things. The There was a compost pile last year that had been there since 2007 and had grown to be almost as big as City Hall. We moved all of that to Mr. Fred's farm last year, and then we started another one. That got to be pretty good size. All of that was moved gradually last week by a farmer in Stockton who wanted that. The rest of the material was moved to a farm by city workers yesterday. The compost pile's gone. We don't want to redo that. We're looking to negotiate some land out in the country and where we will take the compost. If we decide we will stage it at the city garage, we won't be there for more than maybe a day or so. Then we'll transport it out there. Maybe we'll have people take it directly to the location. But the situation is much better than it was when, like a few years ago. It's much smaller, but it's still not organized or really correct. And I've also asked our environmental scientists down at the wastewater plant who know a lot about the science of composting to be involved in this and to assist with a plan to make it right. So we agree with the neighbors on Lucas Avenue that changes have to be made there. Mayor and I have met on that. The DPW committee's met on that. It's going to take us a little bit of time to make it perfect, but that's our goal. We also want, we have a sale of the police car that's there, that's junk, and we got a pretty good offer on that. The deal is that the person takes that police car along with all the other junk that's there, so that'll be gone. And then we have a person that's going to give us a good price on a packer that's available. We like to have 3 packers of our own. There are 2 blue packers that were acquired at the beginning of the Fry administration that are long in the tooth, and it's time for them to be traded in. The orange packer was fairly new, and the maroon packer is really new. But with the COVID regulations, with the county solid waste, we've had to go over the hill and put a lot of wear and tear on a Freightliner chassis, which the people that know these diesel engines know that it's not the most robust engine for long distance, over the road, over the hill type of trucking. It's good within the city, but you need something like an International or something like that if you're going to be doing that. We hope that the landfill will change their policy and let us go to the transfer station so that we won't put as much wear and tear. And even the new packer got $3,000 worth of tire damage in 1 week by going to the landfill because they ran over somebody else's material and got nails in all of the tires. So I think what you're saying is, what are we going to do with the street department to make that better? And then how are we going to work that out? There's a lot of questions to answer, but I want to work with you and everybody else and make a plan, make it happen, and then stick to it.
Thanks, Randy. I'm done, Paul.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. I just have one thing I did just to mention. I know the mayor mentioned it earlier, but my condolences go out to the Fry family also. Moving on to pre-filed resolution. I'm sorry, unfinished business, seeing none, pre-filed resolution.
Number 41, excuse me, resolution accepting change order with contractor and engineer for Willowbrook Storage Tank Transmission Mains.
Any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandermoot.
Aye, carried.
Number 42, resolution authorizing budget line modifications for fiscal year 2020.
Any discussion, council? I know there was some, I know we went into executive session to talk about a couple things, and this was brought up. There was some concerns that we wanted to talk to Marcia about, but we didn't want to do it tonight. So I think what's going to happen is someone's going to try to table it tonight. So if we do table it, and they're going to get back to you. If I need to hold a special meeting to get this done, you know, within a couple days or so, I can do that. And there was just some concerns, and they said it was their responsibility to ask questions, and I didn't want to do it tonight. So, okay, thanks. Any discussion on 42?
Make a motion to table?
Motion to table Williams
Second.
by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
No.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Number 43.
Number 43, resolution authorizing budget line modification for fiscal year 2021.
Any discussion, council? Need a motion to table this
So move.
by Williams,
Nichols.
second by second by Nichols. Clerk call the
Councilmember
roll.
Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
No.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
We've got a walk-on resolution number 44. It is authorizing agreement for unique source directional drilling services for lead service line grant water line project.
Yeah, Randy, we already discussed this earlier today, and I deal with these guys every day with the line of work that I'm in. That it's a precise drill, and the equipment is very expensive. And if you want to add anything to that, Randy?
You said it very well. I'd like to echo what Councilman at-large just said.
Yeah, it's you got to be a very skilled workers to establish the know-how how to do this, and especially when you're working in a municipality with all kinds of lines around it. So,
The equipment that we have is more like a shotgun. This thing is a very precise sniper's rifle.
Right.
Takes you right to the point.
right, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks. Any discussion, council?
No.
Councilman Williams?
Yeah, it isn't really unique as far as the machinery, the equipment, because there's probably a dozen companies in Western New York that do this. The unique part comes in is how we're doing it. We're trying to save money by doing some in-house, and then the uniqueness is usually when the other companies that have this machinery come in and do it, they do the whole water line and the service to the house. The city's doing the water line, and this is just for the service to the house. So I talked to Randy earlier today, and we're gonna hope to try to figure out something to get it so that we can broaden the scope, because right now the only one interested in wanting to do this is St. George, but that leaves us in a little bit of a bind to always just rely on his, and that's not really giving us a true bid on what the price is. So I will vote for this tonight, but in the future, I'm hoping that we kind of bid this out, at least give other people an opportunity so that we can bid it out. If we got to bid the whole thing out, I know there's enough water line breaks that will keep our guys busy too. So yes, I will be voting in favor of it, but skeptically.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Williams. Any more discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. New business, we have anything tonight? All right, seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn. So moved by Williams, second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Have a good night, everybody.
Jesus Christ. I make a motion, we turn the heat on.
Gotta keep you awake, man.